Soundbites is a vegan whole food workers co-op that's been here in Derby now for the last just over 5 years. But it's also, in my opinion, it's the single most important development that's happened in the city for the last 10 years. We were really interested in locally produced food, and we were all very concerned about environmental impacts of the food that we ate. And we wanted to have a small independent outlet for the sort of food that we were buying. Now, a lot of us were involved with SUMA sort of food buying co-ops, so things that were organised by groups of friends to buy food in at cheaper prices. And we didn't want to go through places like Holland and Barrett. And we had a vision, we had a dream for having, a small independent, locally owned shop that sold the sorts of foods that we wanted to buy. It originally started in the Guildhall Market, so it was in the Guildhall Market for about 6 months, and then we got the premises here. The co-op managed to get hold of the premises here, which is on the Moorledge, so directly opposite the Crown Court. Okay. Although it's not made a big deal of. One thing that's really important is to know that it's vegan. So there's no dairy, there's no eggs, there's no products here with eggs in. Obviously there's no meat or fish. It also sells predominantly organic food. They try and locally source the food. It's not flown in. If it's fruit from other countries, from South America, it all comes here by boat rather than being flown in. You can walk in here and you can see any type of people. It's people who care about their food and the way that it's produced, and that can go across gender, religion, age, you name it. If people care about their food, then they'll shop at Soundbites.
A lot of people have said, people say all the time, oh, this is what Derby needs, or so glad you're here. Well, it's unique in Derby, the ethics that it stands for. It's a not-for-profit shop. We have the notice boards and a newsletter, leaflet racks, a small seating area at the back. We do catering. We have a meeting room for hire, therapy room. We've got 2 home delivery schemes, one by bike for people with mobility difficulties and one by van that just goes to anybody from here up Belper, sort of Derby and surrounding towns.
The aim is not to purchase from, you won't find products from big multinational corporations here, and if anything comes to light which indicates even that the company, so for example, if a company is owned by a holding company that's involved in the arms trade, that would make it a product that would almost certainly not be sold here if it was. So the ethical history of the companies that actually produce the stuff that is sold in the shop, all of that is looked into and considered. So predominantly these are small little locally owned manufacturers, and a lot of them are local, so a lot of the fruit and veg is, some of it's even brought in by bike, and it's in season, but the whole picture is taken into consideration when it's decided what to sell here. The biggest unique feature of Soundbites is the fact that Veggie Peddlers is based here, which is quite unique in the country, which tries to deliver fresh fruit and organic fresh fruit and veg and other products to people with mobility issues across the city who are referred to Soundbites by social services or through other agencies. And it's all delivered by electric assist bicycle by our Tim. I think it acts as a focal point for people to be able to share information and to publicise things that they do. And I just think the fact that you've got a workers' co-op selling vegan food in the city of Derby is a little beacon of hope for everybody in not just Derby but cities like Derby